Hi, this is Marty with your word of encouragement. I'm so excited to be getting an update out to you today. I've been on a writing sabbatical, so it's been just a little while, but I'm super excited. I wanted to let you know about an event that I have coming up on September the 18th. It's called Revealing God's Agenda. We're going to be doing it in an art studio. I'm partnering with my friend Carrie Oles, and it's going to be neat because we're going to be using color. We're going to be learning how God has used certain things in our life, and it's going to be really neat coming up with your purpose and moving forward with some things in life. So I'm hoping that you can get signed up. Right below this update, we'll have a way for you to register. Also, I wanted to give you a little word of encouragement. I've been reading Psalm 66, and in Psalm 66 in the NIV version, it talks about how God is an awesome God and that He has powerful deeds and His enemies cringe before Him. And I just kept mulling over that scripture, and I finally looked it up in the King James Version, and the King James Version says, "How terrible are your deeds, that your enemies submit themselves to you." And as I thought about those scriptures and how vastly different people see God based on where they've been, could be based on their past, which I know I had a lot of issue in how I saw God because authority had been broken in my life so much that when somebody displays themselves as authority, I would think, oh, I'm not sure I can trust you. I'm not sure that I should submit myself to you. And I know that we can think that way because of our past, our experience, whatever has happened to us, our hurt, our pain. And but some also see God as critical, as He's just going to judge everything I do. He's just going to constantly be judging me, and I'm never going to be able to live up to Him. I understand that view as well. Some see Him as just a benevolent God, just always, there to help the poor, the needy, the pathetic, all of that kind of thing. And if you really are powerful and strong, then you don't really need God because He's only there for people who can't help themselves. And there's a lot of people who see God that way as well. Some see Him as a distant God. He created everything and then He just kind of floated away and disappeared. It depends on where we've been. It depends on what we've been through as far as how we view God. In 2 Samuel 22, it says, "To the faithful you show yourself faithful. To the blameless you show yourself blameless. To the pure you show yourself pure. And to the crooked you show yourself shrewd." We see God in many different ways, but I want you to keep this in mind. God cares about how you view Him. And it's important that we understand our need for God as well. Because many times people who don't have real needs, like material needs, they think, I don't need God. But at some point you will need God. And it matters how we live our lives out, how we become an example for those around us. It matters. Do you know that Jesus in Matthew 16, 13 through 20, He asked the disciples, He said, "Who do people say that I am?" And His disciples answered and said, well, some say that you're like John the Baptist. Some say you're Elijah. Some say you're Jeremiah or some other prophet. And Jesus looks over at Peter and He says, "Peter, who do you say that I am?" And Peter said, "You're the living God. You're the Son of the living God." And He said, "Flesh and blood has not revealed this to you, but my Father in heaven has revealed this to you." It matters how we see God, and it matters what people think of God to Him. Believe it or not, isn't that something? Jesus cares about what we think. Who do they say that I am? And it matters how you live your life to those around you. So I just want to encourage you, let God be everything to you. Because we can't put Him in this little box and just say, okay, God, you do what I need you to do. And then you go back into your little box. We can't say that. So I just want to encourage you to let God be God and let Him be big in your life. I hope to see you soon.